Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, of course, lovers of freedom, men and women of conscience. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. And of course, as protocol demand, I extend or rather renew my warm greetings to every one of you, wherever you are all over the world. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and of course, streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio, a platform that is dedicated to protecting the overall interest of our people. And honestly, when Mazi Mefo simply said, "I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption," I perfectly understand that these words were bigger than him who has made the statement, because everything about us needs to be protected. I am George ONYIBE, and of course, reaching out across to you, across the globe, with every degree of certainty that all of you around the world, you are hearing our voice. A lot of issues has been going on regarding us as a people, but it's quite unfortunate that when we are supposed to pay more attention to this plague that aches us as a people, we are easily distracted. This has been evidence from generations before us, and how we can still lower ourselves to the same level in a time like this is what I really cannot understand. This having been said, I must acknowledge the Creator who has made the heavens and the earth, who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow, for this privilege. It's going to be a very brief address, and I want you to, as you enjoy your weekend, have a rethink. Let us see how it's going to be. The topic of this morning discussion is titled Biafran Recent Activities That Will Undermine Our Integrity. There are a lot of things going on at this moment which have the capacity to undermine our integrity. It is not about the grammar, but let's look at what integrity is. When we talk about integrity, we are trying to talk about the quality of being honest and having strong moral principle. When the word integrity is presented, forget about the grammar. But what it's simply saying is that quality of being honest, first of all, and having strong moral principle. This is what integrity is all about. One should understand that as a free moral agent, this is expected of us. In our life, it is supposed to be guided jealously as it in its sincerity. If integrity is about honesty, if integrity is about having strong moral principle, we should understand what the implication is there. As free moral agent, and as the moral principle is supposed to be deployed on top of the list of our priority, as its action and its effect, every area of our life, whether positively or negatively. And now, today, like I said, and as the topic suggests, a lot of activities who are there to undermine our integrity. First of all, the Igbos in the southeast have no need to call for unification because you are united already. And if the issue of unification is discussed, this should be the extended fellowship to the Igbos outside the southeast. I think this is the beginning of those processes that were initiated to undermine the Igbo nation. Little or nothing is done towards that direction, only for some people to go behind and think they are going to colonize us back. But the earlier we wake up to our responsibility, the better. Because as time passes, this component Igbo nation outside the southeast are growing the mind of their own. And there are criminal-minded individuals out there who are working very hard to think they are going to distract anybody. It will not work. But our fathers were here when this division started. We are helping to promote this division. But that is not the area I'm paying attention to this morning. No? And then if in the Igbo nation, we are still struggling to put our feet down on a particular spot, how then do you think you can incorporate a German? How then do you think you can incorporate Ogoni man? How then do you think you can incorporate Urubu, Ibibio, Efik, and the rest of them? And see, with what we have seen in Nigeria, it is going to take all of us to save all of us. I'm not yet started. While we are busy, distracted because of presidential election, it gives room for one to begin to understand. All this agitation in time past, was it all about Igbo presidency? People like us are thinking towards that direction. We will not respond until we get to the moment where we are free to express ourselves and opinion. Don't be distracted yet because I'm not started. As you are speaking, we have the rumor of water bill being promoted or sponsored by certain group of members of the National Assembly to control all the land, all the waterfront, whether up water or bottom water. You understand the bill I'm talking about? The bill has been rejected previously. The bill is still being reintroduced. And nobody's even paying attention to that very instance. Laya Mohammed, the government of Buhari, and the very man sponsoring this bill has said there is nothing anybody can do about it. The implication there is that you won't dig borehole in your house again until you take permission from federal government of Nigeria. I don't know who the heck these people are. This same bill made it clear that even when you dig this water, borehole, it is the government of Nigeria will decide how many liters of water you will draw from the earth, from your borehole. That will determine how much you will pay. And so a compound where you are the only landlord, you may pay less, and a compound that is commercial, you may pay more. This is your borehole. Nigeria is not ashamed that they cannot give its citizens pipe-borne water, but they are telling you that they are going to control your borehole. And so if they want to control your borehole, you should understand how desperate they are to control your river, to control your water line. They will control River Niger. And of course, as we speak, the River Niger you know today, go and look at the fishermen in River Niger. 90% of them are Hausa people. They will control it. They will chase all of you out. They are not thinking of how we are going to control the gold in Zamfara and other areas. No, they want to control the water resources, which is the only thing we have now as a people. They will control your river. It's going to become government-free area. We have forgotten it. The question should be why I brought it up. Will Igbo presidency stop this bill? Will Igbo presidency stop this bill? What I'm saying or trying to buttress here is there are a lot of things we are doing. It obviously speaks that we are losing focus and initiating activities that is undermining our integrity already. The world is watching. This is not the era you think you are doing something and then you sweep it under the carpet and you walk away. No, the world is watching. The people are watching. Those who will not talk are watching. Those who will talk are watching. Those who are watchmen are watching. It's not all of us that are involved in this criminality. And of course, I'm not calling everybody out. I addressed 3 specific group of Biafrans this morning. Those of you who are innocent, you know the truth, but you cannot afford the change. Reason you don't want to be complicated. But just stick by the truth. And we have the group of those who are gradually promoting this evil. They have collected money. They hide under. And what they do is, you know, they will confront you. They begin to look for how to set you up. Continue. But you will see that all your strategies has been outdated. It doesn't work anymore. And then we see the other group of see no evil, hear no evil. You believe is God. God will have his way. God has already have his way, for God will not do for man what man should do for themselves. All these things boil down to the ignorant generation, to the new generation who know nothing about what is going on. And meanwhile, why the owners of one Nigeria are trying to destroy our life, which we know that is the main issue that brought us here, systematically deploying processes that will finally subjugate us. What are we doing? We said we were going to get involved in political participation, and I support political participation, because we will not be able to get anything we are looking for except we get involved. So it is important that we get involved in political participation. But the idea of getting involved in political participation, like I said in my previous broadcast, is not becoming a political hooligan. It doesn't matter how you pretend to be a gentleman. If you are part of this criminal process, whether you are a gentleman or not, you are part of the evil that is ravaging our land. Forget about where you are hiding. Today, a lot of things are happening, and we are ignoring them. This is how Nnamdi Kanu started. We ignored it and thought it was meant to serve a unique purpose in the life of our people. And today, where have we gotten to? It undermined our credibility. You can stay on the highway and be telling everybody, hey, wait, this is a four-corner road. Fulani herdsmen have blocked the road. They are killing people from Enugu and Anambra and Imo. They are hold us here now. Police are shoot and run. And army have carried their people and leave. You are deceiving yourself. Because if Nnamdi Kanu, unknown gunmen, can hold the road in Igbo land down and tell you it's Fulani Janjaweed, which we are evidence and testament to that simple fact, my brother, understand that. Let us pray Fulani don't attack our land in this kind of condition. Because nobody will believe you. Nobody is buying that crab anymore. People just watch it and move on before it is too late. These are some of the activities that are undermined our integrity as a people. And somebody say, yes, it's Fulani, yes, we know. Am I telling you Fulani are not doing their own? How can you checkmate Fulani when you have Nnamdi Kanu unknown gunmen under the control of China Sanwo-Olu and Simeon Ekpa ravaging Igbo land? None of you have come out to make a video, except those who were betrayed. We watched Nnamdi Kanu. He ravaged the politicians. They couldn't speak up because they played their role. He ravished everybody, men of God. And I see some idiot prophesying. Oh, you prophesy this. Oh, you prophesy that. We know how Nnamdi Kanu matter is going to end. But all his activities now is bringing shame. He's even ashamed of himself. That's why he's recanting his tryst. When he was earlier arrested before his international orientation, he was roaring everywhere in Nigerian court like a lion. This is because he was treading on the path of justice, righteousness, fairness, equity, transparency. He was operating within the preamble of law. They could open their mouth and tell you what they want. Tell Benjamin Madubugu to yap in the Nigerian court anymore. They will deal with him because already he has connection with the army people in Anambra State. That is why Soludo can't even stop him. And so when Soludo have Nigerians fighting to stop him, you want him to defend the interest of Biafra. Don't worry, we are coming there. Nnamdi Kanu started all these things. Most of you are still supporting him till today. We are waiting for him. It will not be the first time. It did not start in Igbo land. I mean no disrespect, and I will not apologize to any of you. All of you who said you are going to defend your people that were not killed by Nigeria, how many of you are still on that course? You, freedom fighter, Niger Delta freedom fighter, Igbo land freedom fighter. How many of you who set up, I don't care who you are, you set up to defend your people, and today you are still on that path? All of you have been settled, you sit back, you ginger once in a while. When I thought, he said, we will kill you. All of you put together, you cannot stop me. I don't have power of my own. You cannot stop me. We don't talk because we want to talk. When we get to the point where our people need to know the truth, we talk. The earlier all of you begin to retrace your way, the better. But then sitting idly and watch our society decay into rottenness because we are afraid of one idiot, so he will not feed us or will not send his unknown government to kill us, and then we shut up. It is better we were not even born. And if this is the purpose why we were born in the end of the day, we will stand our ground and resist this government of tyranny, this true infiltrator, betrayers of their own people, till our time is up. What am I trying to say in effect this morning? A lot of things are happening, and we are toiling with them. I need you to fasten your seatbelt and get back, because after the presidential election, you will see the result of your activities. And then we will know those of you we will be praising for doing the right thing, and those of you we will be exposing, because that is when the real expose will start. Now, I took time to listen to broadcast online yesterday and the day before. And what is trending is Peter Obi and Governor ONYIBE and then Governor Soludo. Aside these three personalities who are Biafrans, who are supposed to represent the interest of our Biafran people, who are supposed to work in harmony, in synergy to see how they can get our life back. And I see other spectators, instigators, contractors, I can tell you. Now, I need you to find out, as a Biafran, as Igbo man, who are the highest campaigner of Peter Obi electoral campaign team. You see, 90% of Edo State comedians are heading, they are championing the league. But it's okay. If they can do it best, then why shouldn't they handle it? So that is not an issue. But the issue is I run across many of the articles, many of their broadcasts. All of them is not targeted in boosting Peter Obi image, but trying to run down one Igbo man in the expense of Peter Obi. And I listened to one who claimed to be a useless pastor, was in his church and abusing Soludo. God will punish Soludo for this thing Soludo said. God will punish Soludo. Soludo will die. Soludo is fighting his people. Soludo is evil. He a Benin man. And when he finished insulting Soludo, he used Benin to curse Soludo. And he is hired by Igbo people, Soludo brother. Is it because of Igbo presidency or you people are losing your head? Now, why this is a concern to me is if Igbo man from Anambra, for instance, can hire a Benin man to curse his own brother so he can be Igbo president, I wonder how many people Fulani have hired from Igbo land to curse their own people. Now, can any Igbo comedian, Igbo artist come out and insult Benin person and go away with it? The rope will come out for road and I say made them match amo. It really pohozo. Yasi wezaoko. Because all these things to you is the fun. Then I say, look at what this pastor say. And when I look at the pastor, another person. When an idiot Igbo man is insulting any of this individual, it's okay for me. If you are Igbo man, you insult Peter Obi, it's okay with me. You are Igbo man, you are idiot, you insult Soludo, it's okay for me. You are Igbo man, you insult ONYIBE, it's okay for me. Provided the real point you are trying to make is a genuine one. But for you, in the name of election, to hire people to curse Soludo, you are disgracing the entire Igbo race. You are disgracing yourself. Do you know why I say so? Because Soludo have contested for governor of Anambra with Peter Obi. Peter Obi won. Peter Obi acknowledged Soludo is his elder and so on and so forth. But both of them are brothers and sisters. Are they trying to deceive their people that they are quarreling in order to, some are still Nigerians, some are still Biafrans, so when it happens, you cannot lose. Is it a game? No, is it a game? Or it is out of sheer wickedness? Not considering that this thing is bringing the reputation, the integrity, undermining the integrity of our people. And so you spent almost 3 days trying to call Soludo out. Soludo is evil. Soludo is rubbish. Soludo is this one. Soludo is that one. Without to make P2B to win. Okay, Soludo is criminal. Will P2B become president because Soludo is criminal? We are not talking about Joe Ibukwe now because he has not said anything. My brother, honor the let on ourselves now. You are the people who are supposed to tell other people, we say our people, leave them. As useless as Nnamdi Kanu is, if anybody come out and attack Nnamdi Kanu based on the genuine reason why we know Nnamdi Kanu, I will make a broadcast and attack that person. If any Yoruba, I will stand up, make a broadcast and attack Nnamdi Kanu under the terms of self-determination, I will respond to that person. But you see, when Nnamdi Kanu is a criminal. Until you discover yourself, he remains a criminal. We have worked with him. We have been with him. We have reasoned with him. We have planned with him. We know who he is. He's a common criminal. We are waiting for him to go back to his village and sit down and be telling us who to vote for. Maybe Yahaya Bello or any other idiot in the future. This is we are the one doing it to ourselves. This is who we are. Leave it that way. But say now they do election, now they hire that tribe to the cause on ourselves. So we know that Peter Obi is obedient. How do they say it? He's very fine. Somebody once said Peter Obi actually was the vice president under Atiku. He was not a saint. We know what happened. That is what led Nnamdi Kanu to the idiot that he is today. We have not forgotten the issue of our terms and conditions having been met. It is Peter Obi and Atiku. So why are you people selling us for Igbo presidency? What we can get if we put our house in order. What is already ours, just that we have been losing it the way we are losing it. Is it? That is one. Those activities are undermining our position. Campaign for P2B. If I want to campaign for anybody, if I have my PVC, I tell you, it is P2B I will vote for. And if any of my family member is involved in politics and they tell me, I will tell them, go and vote for Peter Obi. This is not because he's angel or is anybody love him or anybody hate him. Because the three criminals that are coming to rule you as your presidential aspirant, three of them, the only thing they can do is to use their power and jail me. And that is if they can. He is the lesser evil. He is the small evil. It's not that he's not evil. He is the small evil. If Peter Obi is evil, you can imagine we talk about the Zoo River dead body. If Peter Obi is evil, small evil, and I can tell you a lot of things. Go and ask Nnamdi Kanu about Peter Obi. If he's evil, smaller evil, then are we talking about Tinubu? Are we going to talk about Atiku? Atiku, who will, if he become president, he will buy all of us. Is it the one we are talking about? Now, if I support Peter Obi, it's not because I'm supporting Igbo presidency. Because this is not what we should be talking by now. It's not because I support him because he's Igbo man or he's a good man. He's a verifying man. No, he is the smaller evil among the three evil we are seeing today. Maybe you begin to get the point. So, but there is no need trying to condemn or castigate anybody because you want to be there. Under normal circumstances, this is not issue to be discussed. Let me tell you how it is. I'm from Delta State. Ukowa is the governor of Delta State. He's from the same local government with me. In fact, we are the same breed of Anyoma. My village is behind his village. But we all know Ukowa did not get there because he won in the ballot booth. Ukowa went there because the Urobo and Ishekiri, for once in their life, woke up and realized the truth. What is this truth? Ibori ruled and messed up himself. Uduaga entered and is in the process of messing up himself. As that Nigerian politics will be, they pick a young man from my village, Utowuri. They picked him and made him the governor of Delta State. The same thing that happened in Bayelsa, when Alamese was removed and replaced by Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. We called that my town boy and said, please, you are a caretaker. Do your caretaker job and redeem accountability to the right source. Do not betray this man because you want to be governor. No Urobo can win Anyoma man in any election. If you divide Anyoma into 30, only one part is, our population is more than the whole Urobo, Shekiri, Oli, Abraka put together. I challenge you with this audit. So, but they keep winning us and emerging. This is Nigeria for you, but we are not questioning it. Let it be that way until we are ready to take over our political front. After all, do we have any outstanding politician in Nigeria? We don't have. I would say, without missing words, Okowa look like the one of the leading politicians we have in Anyoma land, aside people like Ned Nwokid and the rest. And then they decided and said, let these people rule. That is how Okowa got there. Why am I bringing it up? If we want Igbo presidency, we initiate the right process. I will tell you, INEC will be useless before their very eyes. I know how much Buhari fought to remove Okowa. He shut down the airports that were built by Uduaga government after commissioning. They did everything, rig election, took Okowa to court, did to remove him. It didn't work because this is the people mandate. All we needed is, how do we get the people's consent to change our lot in the Nigerian state? And then you are hiring Bini person, cause it's Oludo. Now, let me remind you, it's the same thing we are trying to explain. Why some people are busy insulting Soludo, some are burning Abga and say they are burning Soludo, and then you have another group praising Wike. Oh, Governor Wike, this is what he said in Obi. He called Obi to come and commission the flyover. Oh, Governor Wike is a good man. He's a holy man now. I say, look at people who are worse than Nigeria, trying to change Nigeria. Governor Wike invited P2B to come and commission bridge. So Governor Wike is now a saint. Saint Wike. We will name River Niger after Governor Wike because he's now in good terms with Peter Obi. But I remember 3-4 months before now, Governor Wike is a Hitler. He's killing Igbo people. Governor Wike denies his Igbo identity. Why are we fooling ourselves? You think people who are observing don't look at you. You are unstable. You are unstable. Let us be factual in our dealings. Understand, this is not the era you are talking to small children. You give us tom-tom. When I say dad yo, mom yo. This is not the era of dad yo, mom yo. We scrutinize every process. We look beyond the visible and investigate the intent of your heart in everything you are doing. And you see, people like us who reason anti-clockwise will always continue to have problem with you. Because we see the intent of your heart that you are hypocrites. You will not change our stance. And so we are busy looking for who to praise. If I come out now and make a broadcast and say, oh, Nnamdi Kanu is a man of God, very loving man of God, who went to die for all of us. He is Jesus Christ. Oh, Nnamdi Kanu, my savior. I did say that in time past. And you showered me with blessing. They are all on the social media. Until I found out that he's worse than devil, worse than Nigerian government. But if this morning I came out here, I say, my fellow Biafrans, my apology. I realize I've made mistake, and I pray Nnamdi Kanu will have the mind to forgive me, considering everything we have gone through. Please forgive me, Nnamdi Kanu. You are a holy man. It's God that sent you. You have done well. All of you idiots, you say, hey, thunder fire all of you. If that is what it takes to be in Nwachineke, with the truth I know, I will not be in Nwachineke. I will not be in Nwachineke. And then you begin to ask questions. Should we now become men pleaser to save ourselves? Should we now be telling you what will make you to be happy so that we have 1 million followers? Now let me tell you, this message is not for you. It is for the next generation. They will come across this walk. They will be able to find their way back home. You are like Nigeria. When they are playing football, you see Nigeria, they will lose super ego. Oh, Debami is taking the ball. Yes, Emmanuel Okala catch it. That's our keeper. That's our keeper. Yes, Thunder Balogu is going. Yes, Taribu West is with the ball. Oh, Kocha have scored. Oh, Kocha have scored again. It's a goal. Nigerians will begin shout. You see, oh, Kocha my man. Oh, Kocha the big boy. Oh, Kocha this one. But let Okocha make mistake in that same pitch. The next thing you will hear the same people praising Okocha for being the best. You begin to hear statement like this. You know, see, why can he miss this goal? See, he don't collect money from Nigeria. You see, he's chopping money. Then don't bribe him. Look at his belly. Look at, you roll him down immediately. People like that are unstable. And I want to believe these are some of the mentality why we've not been able to stand our ground to fight for anything meaningful in all our lives till this moment. Can't we move on without all this sentiment? The same thing we are doing, is that how Yoruba are doing it? Is that how Hausa are doing it? Meanwhile, they are going community to community collecting our PVC and then paying people money with their bank account. You are not aware, you are not telling us that Atiku visited Akwa Ibom, collected PVC, or is it Tinubu, collected PVC, gave them money, quietly captured their data and moved on. We are doing rally. We did this rally for Nnamdi Kanu. There is nothing we didn't do under Nnamdi Kanu. All of them made Nnamdi Kanu rich. And what is the possibility of these people not making money? And then they come out and say, well, for some reason, P2B is standing aside, and they give it to one idiot and continue the same place where they stop. The only people who are not guilty in this offense called Nigeria are those of you who are not yet involved in the process of keeping this contraction alive. You are the only innocent people. You see all these your politicians, from whatever they call it, from the first transition government to this present government, they are all the same people. They are all the same people. I'm yet to see any angel among them. They are all the same people. But then let us believe some of them have repented. Let us believe they will begin to cater for the people of Nigeria. I'm not saying the lot of our people is different from that of the Yoruba and the Hausa, but I'm trying to say that I'm speaking for my people. I'm not a Yoruba man, I'm not an Hausa man, and certainly when they even speak, they don't even speak for me. They don't speak for me. And so I think things like this should be done by people like us. So this morning, I talk to you, our people. Stick by the factual information, the truth. Stick by those things that can boost our integrity, our honesty, our guided principle. Protect them. Because this is how they are going to price us in the international market in the nearest future. We can't be wayward. Stick for the truth. If you like, vote Tinubu, vote Atiku as you are led. But don't drag the image of our people to the mud. Don't drag Biafran to the mud. Exactly what Nnamdi Kanu and his criminal gang have succeeded in doing. Now, nothing to talk again. China Sangoli will draw sheep and say the world is moving forward. Look at this fine sheep. Then Simeon Ekpa will now tell you should be around 19 days now to Biafra restoration. Mad people. And then Nnamdi Kanu are there deceiving themselves. Then Nnamdi Kanu lawyer is busy telling, oh, General Buhari, I beg you, Buhari, His Excellency Buhari, in a competent supposed court jurisdiction. Among all that shenanigans they are introducing. Now, let me tell you, don't be part of them. Those of you who are obedient, I'm happy for you. But you are behaving worse like Nnamdi Kanu. Come out and yab me here so that I can dedicate more time to all of you if you don't have sense. You are behaving worse than Nnamdi Kanu. Why can't you focus on the reputation Peter Obi have built? I have Peter Obi record and his conduct in time past. I have meeting with Peter Obi not more than 3 different times here in Biafra land. In fact, the last meeting I went on behalf of IPOB trying to consult our people was with Peter Obi. In Enugu, alongside with Barrister Law Ejimako and some idiot Nnamdi Kanu sent to come and mess me up. And the man, from my observation, is a good man. They can rub him with mud. I like his personality. I cannot discredit him. Based on the information at my disposal, first aid, not what he said or unverified. And so if he has such a nice reputation, why are you trying to turn into Nnamdi Kanu? Why are you trying? Tell us he's working with Nnamdi Kanu so that we will raise another campaign and begin to antagonize him before that time. Because all of you will be dead by then. Obedient, tell us you are working with Nnamdi Kanu so that we can renegotiate our own stand. Because Nnamdi Kanu is evil. Only those who don't know will associate with him. But if you are not working with him, you can be more decent. You can be more polite. You can be more articulated in your progress. Maybe some of these people cussing everybody out for Peter Obi may even be enemy of Peter Obi. All this recent activity are undermining our integrity as a people. I have passed the stage where I will deny my identity. And if I will not deny it, I have not denied it before. I will not deny it now. We hold the bull by the horn. We confront everything. Let us have reserve in what we are doing. Let's do our rally. Let's start destroying anybody in order to raise anybody up. Let us reserve what we have for each other. Because you never know who will save us in the end. But what I'm saying will not make sense to you because your brain is no longer functioning well. I mean you no harm. But your activity is affecting all of us. And it's causing more problem than you can imagine. And you think because you are praising Wike now, then Ikwere people are happy with you. I remember a conversation I have with some people. I thought they know what is happening. Talking about Ikwere people. Ikwere hate Igbo. Ikwere hate Igbo. Ikwere hate Igbo. I say, you people don't need to reason in this line. The last time I checked, 80% of Ikwere people, if not 90% of Ikwere man, are married to Igbo people. For instance, let's assume Ikwere is not Igbo. 80%, if not 90% of Ikwere people are married to Igbo people. Specifically, Abia State and Imo State. Which means, in the house of more than 87% of Ikwere indigene, they have an Igbo woman there. And so you want to tell me, these people who has Igbo women who are not Igbo are evil, and you tell me Igbo is not evil? Because the last time I checked, ofenete yakenwanyo. Ofenete yakenwanyo. And so each time you are pointing, no, this one is evil, this one is evil, you are exposing yourself. You are undermining our integrity as a people. And so if Ikwere that hate Igbo, why do they marry Igbo? Can they actually deny themselves? You see, we have to play game of indulgence sometimes so we'll be fine. And then some people are sponsored and going around making mockery and say they are uniting you. They now ask you, what is your name? Emeka, are you Igbo? You say, I'm not Igbo. You begin to lie. You say, it's not Igbo, he's Igbo, but it's not Igbo. You see? Some of these things are what is making them to disassociate. You see, people like us, we are not disassociating anything. We will purify. We will follow to the length and the breadth of the purification of our place. When we are supposed to go backyard and have a decent discussion, and everybody can go out and play whatever role they want to play, sticking by the agreement, we are here yapping. Let me tell you a little bit about the Yorubas. They said there is said to be division in Afenifere because some Afenifere endorse Tinubu, and then they say yes, another Afenifere endorse P2B, and then they say Afenifere is divided because one group endorse P2B, for your life, You divide Afenifere for Igbo president, my brother, you are hallucinating. You are drunk. But of course, they have heard their meeting behind. Ayo Adobanje is not in the position to do that. I give it to him. He's a good man. I have had meeting with Ayo Adebanjo, 1 or 2 different occasions, regarding this same issue of Biafra. And I know the stand of all these people. I know the stand of all these people. The last meeting I had with Ayo Adebanjo regarding the issue of Biafra, I was said to have been set up by somebody. I don't want to mention his name this morning, because then they can always send us out and set us up. When we got to the venue, I told the people with me, Lagos State representatives that accompanied me there, and some people from Niger Delta and other region of Biafra land. I say, when we get to this meeting, everybody stay on your own. Pay attention on me. If you don't see me, leave the venue. As if I know what will happen. And then all of a sudden, I begin to see numbers of uniformed men coming from different corners, interposed everywhere. I knew something was wrong. I called them, my brother John Paul Maduabuchi. I said, we have been set up. It's time to go. Thank God we've been able to have a discussion. As usual, I changed my clothes and I moved on. Entered Okada and left that avenue. They were looking for us. We were betrayed not by Yoruba, but by one of us. I can't say betrayed by our Igbo brother. And I'm sure it's in Nnamdi Kanu. Go and check how many times enemy head of volunteer was arrested. Everywhere they arrest him, it's in Nnamdi Kanu that sent him. They arrest me today. They release Nnamdi Kanu 2 days later. And he's the one who sent me where they followed me up. We will look into those issues when the time comes. Now, why am I saying this? Ayo Adebanjo is such a principled man, having the history or biography of Nigerian in the palm of his hand. He's so learned that he can't play what do you call it? He can't play all this game. He protects the interest of his people. So he can't endorse Peter Obi against Afenifere. He cannot. He will not do that. They have their main agenda, and it remains that way. But they are free to roam the street what they want. They are not fighting themselves. If it were to be in our land, Igbo land, do you know what will happen? Now say, you know, see, and Igbo is fighting what Igbo Congress. What Igbo Congress has betrayed Abuga. Abuga have betrayed this one. That is what we'll be doing. And at the end of the day, we end up wounding those people who have what it takes to take us to where we are. Some of us know this truth, but we present it wrongly. And at the end of the day, we are fed up because we believe people don't even see what we are doing. I know this my brother called General Miracle Hellfire. Though he has his own scusor in his own way. He knows a lot of this truth we are saying. He's not happy with the system. But he has been so compromised he don't even know what to do. And each time he come and talking about issue of reality, it is the information at his disposal and he don't know how to pass it out, and then he fall out against everybody. That same thing disturbing that guy is the same thing that is disturbing so many people, and it will affect many people in the end. Nigeria will erupt, but that process will not be initiated by anybody. Boko Haram cannot divide Nigeria. They cannot take over Abuja. Tell America I say that. Tell the CIA, World International, Interpol. Nobody can overthrow Nigeria, not Boko Haram. If you like, come from Niger, Islamic organization, Dubai, let the whole world gather. Nobody can dethrone Nigeria. It's not possible. Because Nigerians have to protect the interests of the imperialists. Ukraine and Russia are having issues. It's affecting Europe in terms of gas and oil supply. And then Nigeria is now the last hope for them, and you think they will keep quiet so they will invade Nigeria. You want British people to begin to use firewood? You think they can survive it in 1 week? That they are now deceiving you. Nigeria is going to destroy it. Who is destroying it? As far as it is feeding the interest of the imperialists, it will remain. Our suffering will be prolonged. But the beauty of it all is that in the midst of this struggle, the people has already been pushed to the wall. And you know what will happen? They will respond. A time will come when everybody will be fighting everybody. And only those who are able to keep themselves together will survive it. It is applicable in every region. Because some people have grown wings and balance, very comfortable feeding on the misery of their own people. But that process, that revolution, unannounced, has already begun. Biafrans is as simple this morning. Our recent activities has what it takes to undermine our integrity, our honesty. This is not targeted to hit anybody. But when you want us to hate you or talk about you, we will do that. And so I am not novice. I am not ignorant. I have had the privilege of addressing most of these people. What they tell us behind is different from what they do in the front. Now, are they pushing us to our death? Can imagine those of you in the bush. You are defending your Biafra land. Throw your phone away. You are in the bush. And a more powerful Nana Kanu Junior brother is in Abuja and you are in the bush. And then Ikonso, Douglas Road will be named after Ikonso. And now Ikonso children are hungry. Ikonso wife is hungry. Maybe she will soon be hugging tomato. They have abandoned her. Of course, I know now that I mention her, they will send money to her. Please do, she need it. But I still know that Douglas Road is not called Ikonso Road. All the people dying for this thing. How is it? Are they dying for nothing? Obedient people, try and coordinate so that there will be no recorded casualty because of this process. I know how many people that died because of P2B and Atiku. We've not talked about it. The way you are going is okay, but start drugging people out. Start hiring people to insult your people to score cheap popularity. It undermines our integrity. I'm not talking about any other people, though. I'm talking about our people. I remain George ONYIBE, and I sign off from here. If the truth I'm telling you hurts you, my brother, and you are with the rope connected to my life, you know when you cut it, I will be dead. Please cut it. Cut it. It's better to be lonely in the grave than to live with some mischievous people I have seen in my life. Okay, weri hewa afwa. Okay, weri hewa afwa. Kanwa manineji wa bobu mwe. Osora abonyoko. I sign off from here. We keep you posted. Like I said, this is Radio Biafra Extra. We are streaming live through Biafra Human Rights and Freedom Radio, a platform where Mazim Efo has simply assured us he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. We believe in that word, we'll stand by that word, and you see, Biafran watchmen will go nowhere. Ndewono.